Hey jewelry lovers, it's Janine over at Slow Happy Vintage, and I have some great hauls to show you. It's that time of the week to head to the swap meet and get some avocados and see if we can find any jewelry. So it was a pretty good day at the swap meet. I got my avocados and got some jewelry. I'll have to show you what I got when I get home. The swap meet did not fail. All of this is from the swap meet except for this little batch over here. And there's one more piece up there. So I'm just going to dig right in. I love these little music boxes. I usually sell them for around $20. This one, I think it plays The Way We Were. I don't know what that is. We'll have to, we'll have to play that another time. This piece is just a cute snake clamper bracelet. I don't think he's tremendously valuable. I'm gonna tell you, at the swap meet I paid a total of $50. I think it was more like $45 for all of this stuff. And then these over here were $1.99 each. So I think the average cost came out to be $2.50, and I share that with you because I know a lot of you are resellers and you kind of want to know what to expect and what to sell things for. So I am going to go off the top of my head on some of these things. Some of these things I don't know what I'm going to price them at yet. I need to run comps, and other ones I think I know. This guy I'll probably list for like $20, $25. Then we have some really nice little dangle earrings. They're faux pearls with these little disco ball pink pieces. I just thought those were really pretty, and I'll probably list those in the $20, $25 range as well. I try not to sell things for less than about $25 when I list them on eBay, because when eBay takes their cut and all, you know, it winds up being a lot less than you think. These earrings are beautiful, and originally I thought they were Hollycraft. I'm not positive though, because the coloring, it might be a little bit off. They are not marked, but that's not uncommon for Hollycraft and a lot of the other makers. Like one piece sometimes will be marked in a set, and the other pieces won't be. I'm trying to think. I think it's missing 2 pearls. I just noticed that, so I'm going to have to put those aside and fix that. But love the colors on those. Oh my gosh, this is a very sad piece. Okay, so when I saw this, I immediately saw these pieces right here. These are deco all the way. They are beautiful little pieces, and I have a necklace that's very similar to this, but it has smaller pieces. It's not rock crystal, it's just glass. But somebody took a gorgeous deco necklace and they crafted this, I'm going to call it a monstrosity. Somebody might like it. I'll put it on a neck later, and you can tell me in the comments whether you like it or not. But what I am aiming to do is take all of these beautiful deco pieces, back off and turn them into what they're supposed to be, a beautiful Art Deco necklace. These beads right here, they do not belong on this piece. And one of the reasons I can tell is that if you look at the joining here, this is a little crimp piece. They didn't use these little crimp pieces in the deco period. So everything would have been on chain. And if you look, you know, they used an older clasp, but look at those little crimp pieces on there. That is a modern design. These beads are modern. This one could be older. This could be a check bead, but anyway, no, absolutely just no. Hard for me to see things like that happen. This right here, I believe, is a Whiting and Davis set. However, it also is not marked. Now, I've had a lot of Whiting and Davis sets that are not marked, so it wouldn't surprise me if this is indeed Whiting and Davis, but I will have to do some more research before I list it as such. Oh, values. I would probably list this set as around 35 or 40. We'll see on that. These little guys, I always think these are older than they are. They are looped. It's almost like a grayish clear multi-strand looped earring pair. And I always, you know, to me, they remind me of Flapper period, but they're not. I was talking to Casey about Casey over at Olive's Vintage Market. Gotta drop your name. And we're thinking probably 70s up to 90s possibly. Could be a little earlier, but anyway, there you have it. These I'll probably list for, I might put these with something else because I don't know if they'll sell on their own, but I could try. Once again, I'd try for 20, 25, but would most likely take less. Now, when you're talking about value, I always like to say value is just what somebody's going to pay for something. On any given day, depending on how attached I am to a piece or what the market's doing, you know, I may take low offers on things, or I may hold out for the good pricing. There's a lot of variables. So when you see people selling things, don't hesitate to offer. I mean, don't offer $11 on a, you know, $200 item, but offer reasonable amounts, and you would be surprised at a lot of times the offers that people will accept. This is a Roman coin bracelet. I'm going to have to do research on this one because these coins are beautiful. I don't know if there are like real coins or not, or if they're just replicas. I did have to add a clasp to this. It did not have a clasp, but it is just a beautiful charm bracelet. Charm bracelets tend to sell pretty well, and I will probably list well, I'm going to have to do research on this. I'm thinking around $39 unless I find that it has greater value. This piece right here, I believe, is a Sarah Coventry. Sarah Coventry. It's either Sarah Coventry, Monet, or Napier. I'll try to add in the comment on the screen. I just can't remember which one it is. I believe this piece came with 2 of these dangles, and as luck has it, I do have another one that I can add to this that will make it complete. Probably, you know, if it's Sarah Coventry, it's probably not going to be more than about 25, 30, possibly less. This right here, you saw me pick this up in the video, and it is Trifari, and I knew right away that it was Trifari. Once you get to know Trifari, you can just see the quality. This one has little to no wear whatsoever on it, and it is marked the old Trifari mark from the 50s, 60s. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. It's plain though. It doesn't have a whole lot of you know, embellishment at all, but it's a quality piece in very good condition. So I'm going to have to double check on this. Sometimes these pieces will go for $60, $70, $80, upwards of $100, and other times they just don't sell for that much. Trifari has come down quite a bit in the recent months. I'll put these on a neck like I usually do so you can see them. And I have no idea what it is, but I love it. It's got a box chain and kind of like snake chains on it with a bow clasp. Super high quality, but it is not marked. Once again, it's a very heavyweight, and it feels to me like Monet or Napier. But once again, Monet and Napier will often have had a little hang tag that sometimes comes off. It's a little metal tag, and I do not see a mark on this guy anywhere. So I'll have to do research on this one again. On my little fancy spinny thing, we have a little guilloche enamel pin. Love these pins. This is an older one, very excellent condition. It's brass, and the enameling is just beautiful on it. These also have come down in value in the recent months. They kind of waver up and down, and I have a little collection of these. I'll probably just stick this in one of my little collections. Then I've got these guys. These are beautiful. They are most likely Beau Jewels. I don't believe they're marked. Either Judy Lee or Beau Jewels. When I first saw them, I had to make sure they weren't missing two more petals right here, but they are not. This is how they're supposed to be. This, I think, is got to be careful because this metal can be pretty fragile. Once again, another probably 25. I might list these with something else. This one's not fitting in there very well. I might have to play with that a little bit. Anyway, beautiful little earrings. Then we have these, which look to be Weiss. They almost look like they look like the black diamond Weiss earrings, but they're not marked. Look at the quality on that. If they were Weiss, I'd probably mark them 25. Because they're not Weiss, they're I don't know, I can try for 25 just on their own merit. I don't know if you can see that sparkle, but they're really pretty. Little Santa. This is an OTC. OTC. I don't remember what OTC stands for. He's cute. He doesn't sell for much. I will probably put him in a group of Christmas things. Speaking of Christmas things, when I went to the swap meet, this guy was in a bag with all of this stuff. So I saw this. Oh, and this. So all of these came together in a little bag at the swap meet. He will probably only sell for 10 or 12 on his own. But then there's this. Now this is a current piece. You can buy this on Amazon if you love it. I think it's $30 on Amazon. It's in excellent condition. I'll probably list it for 22 or 23, maybe 25. It does have a broken candy cane though, so I'll have to pull that candy cane off, and I might refinagle it a little bit. Then there's this pin. And Casey and I had a good laugh over this one because it looks like somebody made it, but no, it's legit. Kind of like a greenery branch with little Christmas lights kind of wrapped around it. And it's not a crafted piece. It actually sold somewhere. It's actually quite nice. What am I trying? Nice construction, nice quality, but it is a little bit more modern. And you know, if you look at this, you look at the smooth back, you look at the no texture and everything, and it looks like it's older. But if you look at the quality of the pin, you can kind of tell that this is a newer pin. It's not like the heavier duty pins that they used in to be considered vintage. I mean, I would say this is probably, it's most likely still vintage, 90s, possibly up to the 2000s or so, but it's really pretty. Somebody's going to really like that. This is a Juliana bracelet, and you can tell it's Juliana. I mean, the quality, but flip it over. You've got your 5-link construction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do not know of any other makers that make bracelets quite like this. So typically, I'm not going to say always, but typically, if you have that 5-link construction with these, it's not a book chain, but this little connector, it's going to be a Juliana, and that's a beautiful piece. I have not started selling any of my Juliana yet because the prices kind of dropped a little bit. I think this bracelet would sell pretty well, probably in the $80 to $100 range, but time will tell. Then the rest of that Christmas bag was just a broken bracelet. This was a stretch bracelet, but it's got some really fun lampwork beads. So those are cute. I will make a bracelet out of that, and I don't know if I'll do a stretch bracelet or a regular bracelet. I better get started on these if I want to sell them by Christmas. The only other thing that was at the swap meet I already have listed, and turn this off. I think it was Teresa who commented from my short that she loved this necklace, and rightfully so. Teresa, you've got very good taste. This is a goldette. It's an unmarked goldette, but it is one of their known designs, and one of these almost identical, except it had black little crystal dangles. Just sold for, I think it was $184 or something on eBay. So I listed this one. This one has kind of topaz colored little crystals, and it is a beautiful choker. This is not an easy one to find, and it has like the smallest bit of wear right here. I mean, other than that, it looks like it could have been sitting in somebody's jewelry box for, since the 60s. But beautiful choker, mesh choker with a little chain. Love this. And we'll see if it sells. That was the swap meet. Am I missing anything from the swap meet other than avocados? No. So these I found at a local thrift store. And normally this thrift store is pretty high priced. So I was happy. These were in the $1.99 section. These are vintage Anne Klein. They're not old vintage. They're probably from the 80s or 90s, but they've got like a matte finish on them. They have the AK Anne Klein signature on them. Then these I just got for me. I love hearts, and these are little bezel set hearts. I think they're just glass. Yeah, they're just glass, but they're just cute. And then these are Silpata. I did not know when I first saw these that they were Silpata, but I took one look at them and I went, that is sterling. And I don't believe they're marked sterling. Oh wait, they are, but I didn't see it when I was at the store because it is actually on the ear wire. The 925 is on the ear wire. It's super tiny. I have to get a loop to see it. But anyway, I looked these up and they sell for between $40 and $50. So that was a nice find for $1.99. On Saturday, I went to a garage sale. I went to an estate sale and a garage sale. I only bought one thing at the estate sale, but man, it was an interesting estate sale. Let me find the thing that I bought there. This estate sale, I'm going to throw a couple pictures, especially just these wall hangings that they had. There were two of these giant, they were huge wall hangings with three-dimensional dolls and flowers and odd things. It was just incredible. But anyway, this is what I bought at the estate sale. This is probably 1930s, and it's pot metal. Looks like gold-plated pot metal. And it was just a beautiful piece. If you look at the clasp, that is a very old clasp. How do I know this is old? The detail, the fine work, the clasp, the chain, everything about it screams older. They don't make things like this anymore. And I mean, even like 1928, the company that probably emulated the Victorian Deco era the most, if you compare a piece from the legitimate time period with those pieces, it does not compare. The fine detail, the granulation, it's just night and day. So that was $5. And something like this, I would I'm going to keep it for now, but something like this, that's okay. Just because something's old does not make it valuable, and it's a hard pill to swallow. To me, this is worth probably $40, $45, $50. I don't think I could sell it for that. I mean, maybe, but its beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Certain people are drawn to certain things. So somebody might give me, $10 for this, or somebody might give me $50 for this. It's all relative. It's how badly do I want to sell it? What market do I want to put it on? I'm not going to get as much for it on, say, Facebook Marketplace as I am for it, say, on Etsy. Now, I primarily sell on eBay and Marketplace, so those are my markets, and that's where I should be looking for comparable items to get a gauge for how much I can get for it on those marketplaces. Okay, so that's enough about that sort of thing. This little conglomeration came from a swap meet, and I paid a whopping $10, and there's nothing really spectacular in this. There is a Betsy Johnson gummy bear necklace, which is kind of cute. There's the Betsy Johnson logo. I think these originally sold for like $30. It's in like brand new condition. There is a Avon kind of modernist bracelet. It's cool. One of these odd postmodern deco flapper type weird little lady brooches. This one's acrylic. A little carousel lion that is, his enameling is not that great. So I got him to practice enameling on. The black enamel's good, but I think he could use some new enamel here and there. Puffy hearts always sell well. I can just put this on a chain and somebody's going to want to buy it. This one does not have any wear on it. I put it in the sonic cleaner and it didn't get any water inside, so it could possibly be sterling, but it is not marked, so I would have to scratch test it to figure that out. I hate to scratch test these guys though, because if it's plated, you're going to get copper shining through, and you know, this is really well made. Anyway, we'll figure that out. This guy, I just threw him in the pile. He's nothing special. He is vintage, but you know, it's nothing to write home about. I'll probably put that in a lot with just wearable jewelry. The key, same thing with the key. I just recently sold a key, and I think I sold it for like $16, $17. I don't necessarily pick these up that often, but because it was kind of one of those deals where make a pile and I'll make you a deal. The more you buy, the less it is. So I just kind of threw that in there, and it may end up in a lot with these types of things. This piece warrants some more research, because the quality is really nice on it. It is marked China, but it's kind of dual metal. It's got silver tone and gold tone, so it has two clasps. It's got a gold clasp and a silver clasp, or silver tone clasp, or you could call that an extender. So I'm gonna have to check this. I don't think these could possibly be real diamonds, but you know what? Yeah, I'm going to check that. I have a little figural dachshund. Dachshunds always are popular, and he has a little bit of chipping on his finish right there, but he's pretty cute. I thought this guy was adorable. I'm not fond of Halloween, but I thought this little jack-o'-lantern bell was cute. Now I know you can buy these on Amazon, and it's like, I don't know, 7 or 8 of them for $10 or something, but him on a chain, I think he would be really cute. And he actually has some wear to him, which adds to his character. I don't mind that at all. This is a newer Trifari, and once again, stuck it in there because it's Trifari and I had a pile going. It is more modern Trifari. It's probably from the 2000s. Actually, not 2000s, probably 1990s. I don't think Trifari was around in the 2000s. But anyway, they moved production to China, and actually I think this was before they moved production to China, because they stopped putting their cartouche on them later. But anyway, and then this right here is just a Japan necklace, beaded necklace, 2 strands, kind of like melon beads. It's pretty. It's got a little bit of wear, but not bad. And we have some Monet pentagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So hexagon earrings, nice quality, as Monet usually is. And lastly, I call these chiclet pieces because these remind me of Chiclets, the gum. This piece, I believe, is Japan, but yeah, it's marked Japan, but it's not very high quality. When I picked it up, I thought, is that on? The high quality Japan, Korea, West German pieces are usually on some sort of wire, and this is on a string, and it's starting to stretch, so I'm hesitant to do much with this because I'm a little concerned that it's going to break, but that might go in a lot. That was the end of we'll just call this part 1. We'll have part 2, and part 2 will have the Facebook Marketplace finds in it. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. I always ask you, what's your favorite piece? Most people are probably going to say this one because of the value, but you never know. So let me know what your favorite piece is, and I will once again put some of these up on a neck so you can see what they look like. Oh, I was going to test this really quick. Let's do that. Well, I thought I was videoing and I wasn't, but anyway, I tested these. They are glass. It's just a lovely bracelet, very reminiscent of Monet, Napier, whatever, but it's good. I did want to show you 2 other things that I found. One was at the garage sale that I bought all of this jewelry from, and they are a little kitty cat sitting on a bookends. There are 2 of them. I believe they're resin. They've got felt lining, which makes me think they're older, and they have a bronze look, but I think it's resin. They're super heavy, so they're going to be a bit to ship. But I've got 2 of them, and I've seen them on eBay, like 20 to 40 each. So I actually think I'm going to list the 2 of them for probably $40, $42 and see how we go. I think she charged me $3 for the pair of them. And then the other thing that I found that I wanted to show you, the last thing was, if I can get it, this dish right here. I couldn't tell when I first saw this. I knew it was beautiful. This came from the estate sale where I bought this necklace. I couldn't tell if these were old or if they were something that you would pick up at World Market like tomorrow. It charged me $5 for it, and I believe it's probably from the 70s. It's got this beautiful enameling, and this is like a raised brass kind of cloisonne design on there. Now, there's one of these identical to this listed on, I can't remember if it was eBay or Etsy, or maybe both. They want something like $430 for it. Yeah, this is not a $430 item. But once again, you never know. Somebody may think they have to have it and think it's something that it's not. I don't know. Or maybe I'm out in left field and I have no idea. I mean, if you remember my old video where I had that Chinese 17th century vase that I sold for $100 that was worth like $1,000. You just never know. But anyway, I will probably put this on eBay for about $40 and see how it goes. I think that's it. Let's put some things up on display so you can see them, and I'll try to get this video out as soon as I can. I'll see you in the next one. I forgot to add, if you are interested in anything, as usual, send me an email. I think I may have forgotten to show you this one. I don't know where it's from, but it's got these really gorgeous art glass beads that have gold flecking in them, and some knotted chain and some little glass beads here as well. Really lovely. What are you doing, Riley? Oh, wait, I have a new gadget. So let me turn on my new gadget. If I can figure out how to turn it on. And I put it in the sonic cleaner. Ah!